Gemini, this is going to be your July 3rd daily reading. This daily reading could happen a couple days before or a couple days behind. As a general reading, energies can flip sides. So you'll either know where you sit or you won't, in which case this isn't your reading. Perfectly normal for daily readings after all. So many people. So just continue to check in on my shorts and see when I pick you up again. Your crossing energy is the Tower in reverse. So this is talking about trying to avoid a disaster. The Nine of Swords in reverse, this is in your heart. And I think that's because you're ready to rise above something. The Emperor is in your environment in reverse. This is probably what you want to rise above. You know, don't get to the level of the Emperor in reverse. This guy's just not the best father figure, advisor, friend. The Wheel is in the past. This is karma, and this is time will go on. What goes up will come down. The world is in reverse in the future. So to speak of the wheel in the past and the world in reverse in the future is to say that this is potentially like a broken cycle that may continue to go on and on and on. Because until the world is in the upright, you haven't completed the cycle properly. So the alien is in your head today. I think this is just reflective of the fact that you are going on a spiritual transformation right now. You are recognizing that this is the pattern that goes around and around and around. And if the Tower is in reverse, then nothing can come crashing down. And therefore, you will forever be with this house that is built on faulty ground. The Emperor in your environment. Yeah, so somebody's just not putting in the work in your environment. Could be pretty lazy. You could be the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is talking about a mature, grounded, feminine energy. And now we have the Queen of Pentacles against the Emperor, whatever is in your environment. And they're just not participating. You're probably not participating either. I don't know. I mean, because you are obviously the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles has to, put in work into things. Probably the family, very nurturing, loving individual. So let's see the Nine of Swords. I mean, that's typical of, right, the Nine of Swords. This is judgment. Unfortunately, here you have three major arcanas, right? Your past is the wheel. Your present is judgment in reverse. And your future is the world in reverse. This is talking about broken cycles. This is talking about what goes up will come down. What you reap is what you will sow. The world in reverse. Clarify that. It's the Eight of Wands in reverse. So it's saying that this isn't progress. This isn't victory. What's Divine's advice for you today? The Nine of Cups in the upright is talking about being emotionally stable and capable of taking care of not only yourself, but eventually the Ten of Cups as well, right? Your wish fulfillment, your happiness, whatever that may be. Leo, this will be your July 3rd daily reading. Could happen a couple days before or a couple days behind. As a general reading, energies can flip sides. So just take what works and leave the rest behind, you guys. The Princess of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Cups is the crossing. This is talking about, the Eight of Cups in reverse is talking about moving on. The Lovers is in reverse in your environment. So this is why this emotional disappointment is the crossing. The Hierophant in the past is talking about something that was very non-traditional. So this is a very non-traditional situation. This is talking about moving on to calmer waters. And this is talking about moving on emotionally. Why is the Six of Pentacles in reverse? So somebody's just trying to rise above these problems and move on. They're not really, I think, putting too much into this. It could be one-sided. Somebody's taking more than they're giving. The Prince of Pentacles. So the Prince of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is now clarifying, or the Knight of Wands is now clarifying that, but in the opposite direction. So, I think you want to make steady progress in the right direction. It's just you don't have passion for this direction anymore. Eight of Cups. Temperance in reverse could be a Sagittarius. We're talking about this isn't balanced. Once again, this is a very imbalanced situation. The Lovers is in reverse. And so this is with potentially the Emperor, but the Emperor is in reverse, so he's not a nice person, Not a good father figure. The Six of Swords in your future is in reverse. And this is talking about feeling like you're just been left out in the cold. This is not moving on, and that could be because you feel like you're left out in the cold. So Leo, you're now the fire, and there's also a lot of air I think. But these are two knights that aren't participating, that are moving backwards. There is a third knight. So this could be the reason why the Lovers is in reverse, because this could include 3 different people at this point. And one is just not working logically with their head. The other one that you could be potentially thinking about is an earth sign that wants to make steady forward progress, movement, potentially a Taurus because of the Hierophant in the past. But the fire sign is most likely you, and that's talking about not wanting to move forward passionately. The Emperor is clarifying the Lovers in reverse, and so it could be an Aries. Let's get advice for you. What's today's advice? The Ten of Swords is the advice. And the Ten of Swords is in your heart right now. So the Ten of Swords in reverse, or the Ten of Swords in the upright, is talking about rising above the problems. Libra, this will be your July 3rd daily reading. This daily reading could happen a couple days before or a couple days behind. As a general reading, energies can flip sides. So just take what works and leave the rest behind. So, the Lovers is your crossing energy. The Eight of Cups in reverse is in your heart. And the Five of Wands in the upright is in your head. So, you're in a fight with this significant other that's very important to you. You guys could be soulmates. Okay. The High Priestess is in your environment in reverse. So, I mean, somebody's not using their intuition, and it could be the reason for this situation. In the past, this was some sort of stalemate with the Two of Swords that was a hard decision for you guys to make. In the present is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So this is very emotional, a very emotional situation. And I think you want to move beyond it, right? But with the Five of Wands in your head, I mean, you're going for the gold. You want to win. You know, this is you putting the passion into a fight. And then the Ten of Wands in reverse is in your future. Let's get clarity on that Ten of Wands. This is a burden, and I think you're going to put it down in the future. You don't want to keep it up anymore. Clarify the Ten of Wands. Shoot. I'm afraid this happens to me like all the time. So the Ten of Wands is clarifying the Ten of Wands. So I can't give you any more clarity other than to say that this is a huge burden, that in the future, I mean, you have control over your future. You can take this energy into the positive direction, or you can take this energy into the negative direction. And this is talking about a huge burden that you feel with all of this passion that you need to bear. As to whether you will drop it or maintain it is going to be up to you. The Eight of Cups in reverse is not your wish fulfillment. Could be an Aquarius. In the reverse, it's indicating that this isn't your happiness. This isn't your serenity. This isn't your joy. The High Priestess in reverse in your environment. Okay. So I think we have two different people here. One is just wants to move forward in a passionate manner. The other one may not be using their head. And this is in regards to this Lovers that is your crossing energy. and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So, you know, people aren't putting work into this. So you reap what you sow. The Five of Wands. The Hermit. So this is talking about going on a spiritual journey, you know, connecting with your inner self. What's important to you? And is it the fight, or is it the Lovers, who has shown up twice in the upright at this point? But if you don't put work into this, if they do not put work into this, then the future is the Ten of Wands. That's the way they say that it's set right now. And whether you want to take it to the positive side or whether you want to take it to the negative side, that's up to you. So hold that burden or drop it. So let's get advice. What's Libra's advice for today's reading? The World is talking about a brand new start. And being in the upright, it's saying have that completion. End whatever this fight is so that you can have a new beginning. Sagittarius, this is your July 3rd daily reading. This is a general reading. Energies can flip sides. And it could happen a couple days before or a couple days behind. So just take what works and leave the rest behind. The Prince of Pentacles in reverse is at the bottom of the deck. The World is in the past. The World was talking about completion. So this is probably a new cycle here. The Three of Pentacles is in your environment. So somebody doesn't really want to work and put in the effort with you. The Princess of Swords. This could be about you thinking about a younger person, or that person is sitting in your heart. They're very logical, and they could have some good news. It could be delayed news. We'll clarify. The Hierophant in your future. This could be a marriage, but this is talking about a traditional institution. It could be talking about a church, religion of some sort. We'll clarify. The Two of Swords is crossing you. All right, so this is a hard decision. This good news, maybe delayed news, something about that news is potentially a really hard decision to make. It's a bit of a stalemate. And that could explain why the Eight of Swords is in your head. I think you feel very held back by this, like you're trapped. Two of Swords. Eight of Wands. What's the Two of Swords? Clarify some more. What's that Two of Swords about? Ace of Wands. So this is talking about a new passionate offer, or a new passionate endeavor. I should say that the world is in the past, so something new is beginning. But it's not moving as quickly as you want it to, I think. And you're feeling like you're trapped between two different options right now, kind of like being stuck between a hard spot and not knowing how to proceed forward. Princess of Swords is now getting clarified by the Knight of Swords. So yeah, two different people, two different logical individuals, and the Ace of Swords, but in reverse. All right, so this Ace of Swords or Wands is in the upright, and this Ace of Swords is in the reverse. All right, so this is two different paths, two different mental decisions. One could potentially be a bad idea, plain and simple, a bad idea. On the other hand, another one appears to be a very passionate option. And this is your crossing, but this is what's sitting in your heart. So this Three of Pentacles in your environment, it's in reverse. So maybe it's saying the Three of Pentacles. No, it's not. So the Seven of Swords in reverse is saying that you're not working with this environment because they're shysty. You don't want to have anything to do with them. You don't trust them. Eight of Swords. But this is the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this environment could be trying to turn a new leaf. Eight of Swords. Four of Cups. Yeah, so you're not seizing opportunities. You feel very trapped right now. And I'm not entirely sure that's necessarily the advice, but I think it's what's happening in the here and now. Okay. This is the Sun in reverse. Could be a Leo. Could be a Sun. Could be your Sun. That makes sense because a traditional institution, such as a marriage in the future, could potentially produce a child. The Four of Swords in reverse. And the Strength in reverse. More Leo energy, but this Leo's in reverse. I don't think it's your happiness. And I think it's going to put you in a state of feeling like you need to rest and recover. Let's get some advice. The Empress is your advice. So if there is a Taurus potentially in your environment, that is your advice. The Hierophant in the future is a Taurus. The Empress is a Taurus. Aquarius, this is going to be your July 3rd daily reading. As a daily reading, this could happen a couple days before or a couple days behind. Energies can flip sides. You'll either know where you fit or you won't, in which case just check in with my YouTube shorts to figure out when I pick you up again. The Lovers is at the bottom of the deck. So the Princess of Wands is crossing you today. In your environment, the Alien is in reverse. right now, you are the Queen of Swords, and you're not putting too much work into this right now. You don't have it in your heart to make it happen. In the past, you had this wish fulfillment, you had this happiness. If this is your happiness, right, then that's what you had, the Lovers. The alien, though, in your environment in reverse is to indicate that somebody is isolated. The Empress in your future is in reverse. Could be a Taurus. We'll clarify. So it could be a Virgo in your environment. The alien in this deck is the Hermit. Clarify the alien is the Taurus in the future. So clarify the Taurus in the future. The Taurus in the future and you. Okay, so this is not necessarily a Taurus, right? It's a general reading. This could be any sign, but it is obvious that this is one person and you are the other person. So you guys really don't appear to be necessarily aligned. I think one of you wants one thing and the other one wants another thing. And what you get one day, you know, you may get something totally different a different day, right? Your energy can go positive or go negative. This is your power. This is your choice. You can't necessarily choose what energy is thrown at you. And, you know, I would say just because everything's flip-flopping depending on the day, you know, some of you guys are, on some days, you're not really using your head. On the other days, on the hand, that's exactly what you're doing. And on their days, they're not using their emotions, they're not using their feminine nature to their advantage. Whereas today, that's exactly what they're doing, but they are isolated. So let's go ahead and get clarity on the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so the Eight of Pentacles for you is a huge burden, and it's one that you're bearing, at least today. You're holding it up. You don't want to throw the burden down. So the Princess of Wands. Ooh, the Princess of Wands is moving on from this, is ready to just leave this behind and move to calmer waters. Princess of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is about emotional offer. This is kind of like a love reading at this point. And it's an offer that today you want to make, but the Queen of Swords is in reverse in your head. So I don't know if that's a logical decision, because today you're working together, but tomorrow, you know, it doesn't necessarily work. And I haven't necessarily seen anything that would indicate that this is like your soulmate. In the past, you had this happiness. In the past, you had this wish fulfillment. It's not here today. The Hierophant is at the top of the vice versa deck. Let's get advice. The Strength is your advice. Could be a Leo that we're talking about, but this is also saying have strength and you'll survive this situation.